My wife and I are currently on our way to the Clermont County Republican Central Committee special meeting to appoint the county engineer in Batavia. My strategy for the meeting is going to be to keep silent. My wife is going to film the meeting because this is the one and only meeting of the Republican Committee that is subject to the Open Meetings Act, which means it can be filmed. We're going to see if any tough questions get asked to Jeremy Evans, or just obvious questions like, what did he know and when did he know it during the 13 years he was in the office under Pat Munger, when all kind of horrible things were going on, both with county resources and with campaign funds. We're going to see if any tough questions are asked about his plan, what he wants to do, how he would make the office better, and specifically how he would deal with corruption and employees feeling that they can come forward without fear of retribution. Again, I'm going to keep silent during the meeting and see what happens, or at least I'm going to try to keep silent. I just wanted to add that at this meeting, there's only going to be one candidate, and the candidate is Jeremy Evans. He's been there 13 years. He's an insider. The other candidate that was wanting to be considered, Mark Malley, dropped out yesterday, just yesterday, so we're down to just one insider candidate. My background is working for companies like IBM and Accenture, and if an office in one of those companies had the issues that went on in the engineer's office in Clermont County, I don't think either of those organizations would tolerate an internal person taking over the office. They'd look outside to bring somebody in, or bring somebody in from someplace else for new blood, independence, and to change the culture. But we're down to what I think the Republican Party too often does too well, only one choice on your ballot when you're voting for something. And there's only going to be one choice on the ballot tonight for county engineer, and that's insider Jeremy Evans, whose wife works for the county commissioners.
This is a special meeting and has been called for the purpose of filling the vacancy of county engineer. The meeting will comply with all requirements set forth by the Ohio Revised Code 305.02. Issues regarding the bylaws of the Central Committee will be dealt with at an either regularly scheduled Clermont Republican Executive or Central Committee meeting, as they are beyond the scope of notice for this meeting. That means we're in the Ohio Revised Code, and that's how the meeting will be conducted. Rich, you get sign and seat right there. We have our telecommittee here, and I see the hands of telecommittee. 1, 2. Somebody else missing somebody. Magnet, 3.
3 persons.
Okay, 3 parties. 4.
3 persons.
There's 4 up here. Okay. Like I said, we have one person who will not vote. That'd be Joe Dills, but he's here as a Central Committee member by Union Township. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to respectfully turn the meeting over to our Central Committee Chairman, Mr. Dennis Cooper.
Thanks, Greg. I would like everyone to stand, and we'll have a moment of silence for the victims of Paso and Dayton. Thank you. You may be seated. I do have one on the floor, please, Chairman. Please. Set.
Mr. Chairman.
I have some opening comments I'd like to make. Number one, I need all the Central Committee members to come to the black chairs. All Central Committee members come to the black chairs. If you are a visitor or a member of the public, you sit over here or grab one of the great chairs, if you would please. So all Central Committee members are in the chairs. Some housekeeping issues. If you have a cell phone, please put it on vibrate. Please put it on vibrate. Okay? The one thing I want to do is take the Central Committee, who are now officially public officials. This is a public body. I would like to go through the history of where we are. Jim, you may be seated. Please.
All right, but I want this on the minutes, Mr. Secretary, I want this on the minute that I have not been given before.
No, I'm not done with my opening comments.
Point of order.
I have my opening comments I wanted to make before we get into anything else. How we got to where we are this evening is we received a resignation letter from Mr. Monger effective June 30th. We checked and reviewed all the residents, and we did it by basically, the county engineer is one of the few that has some qualifications to be in the position. Number one, they must be a licensed surveyor and a licensed engineer. So in Clermont County, total, we had 15 residents who were qualified. When we went through the list, of course, one of them had resigned. Another of the 15 was deceased, and 2 were Democrats. So that left us with 11 qualified candidates. We sent letters, Mr. Melman sent letters and emails to all 11 of those folks. And we received back, we had a deadline that we said July 15th, please get us a letter back if you would like this position. On July 15th, we had received a notice from 3 of them who wanted to be considered for this position. We in turn went through some more qualifications. Number 1, via their voting record. Number 2, getting their license. Number 3, you must be a resident of the county. And you will find that requirement in 3.15 of the Ohio Revised Code. You must be a resident of the county. So we went through that, and on the 3 candidates, on July 24th, we received a letter from Mr. Smith, Matt Smith, who said he no longer wanted to be considered. And then yesterday we received a letter from Mr. Maui, and I have the letters, that he wanted to remove his name from consideration. So that left us with Mr. Evans, and that's where we're at tonight. Now then, Mr. Kidwell, I will recognize you now.
Mr. Chairman, in light of the candidate Bailey withdrawing from the consideration and the endorsement of candidate Evans, I move to vote immediately upon this appointment.
I'll second that motion.
So there's a motion and a second to accept the appointment of Mr. May I have a copy of that? I need a copy of that motion. So I may go.
Motion is moved to second for previous questions moved and seconded.
Okay,
So
so
I went back, I got something.
okay.
Before you can vote on the appointment, you must vote on his motion to go to meeting. That is a separate motion. It requires 2/3 in the affirmative to be adopted.
Okay. So the motion, there's 2 motions. One is to vote immediately. It will take 2/3 of the body to do that, and we're going to have to do that by first. I'm going to ask for a voice vote. All those in favor signify by aye. Aye. Opposed? So a unanimous passage that we will now consider the motion made by Mr. Kidwell. Who seconded that motion? Yes, Schmidt has seconded that motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
his motion
Okay.
is so we need to go to vote on the appointment.
Okay.
That was the point of this motion.
Okay. I can also,
You got something on that? Mark, give me the copy.
Mr. Chairman,
yeah,
in the past, we've not allowed audio and video recordings. Are we allowed that?
this is a public meeting.
So we aren't allowed.
Yes, we don't have a choice, but by the Sunshine Act, we're allowed to video record, okay? Yes, ma'am.
Question, please. For many of us know Jeremy and who he is and have worked with him, but there are people here who do not have a clue. Please, will we get a chance to talk, listen to him and talk so that other people can get to know? I know that the motion was made, but what about the people who've never,
They had,
Motion was yes,
oh, we have that. That doesn't mean the same thing as a meeting or asking questions. So
after the meeting, everybody.
anybody can do so, okay. So just, don't wait.
Okay. I understand your question. I would entertain, now we must vote. It must be a public vote. I will ask for a voice vote first. All those in favor of appointing Mr. Evans signify by aye. Aye. Opposed?
No.
The two noes, we need to record those.
I'd ask for, I think there's supposed to be a roll call vote.
It can be
Like
voiced,
in a commissioner meeting.
it can be voiced or roll call, and I think if we want to go roll call, we can do that. It's either or.
It's up to the chair on that.
Yes.
If it's if the chair determines that the ayes have it, there's no need to have the.
Well, we got to record.
Public vote, Rick.
It's a public vote, we got to record.
That's fine, whatever you want.
So,
We can stand up.
all those in favor, because we got everybody signed in over here, okay? All those in favor of the appointment, please stand.
I don't think that really is, so.
Okay? Where's my color committee? You wanna? Okay? Okay. You may be seated. Okay, all those opposed, please stand. We're voting.
I just put that in record by person, but legal.
So, please record Mr. Melvin 3 who have voted no. So we have a total of 53 folks here this evening. Okay. All those who want to abstain? Anybody wanting to abstain?
I would rather abstain, but I didn't know I was
Mr. Chairman, she has the right to change her vote.
You have a right to change your vote.
I'd like to abstain.
You'd like to abstain? So, just to clarify the record, Mr. Dills had signed in, but he doesn't count tonight, which takes the total attendance down to 55. There was 52 yes, 2 no's, and 1 abstention. Okay? Mr. Dills, you're not considered to be present tonight. The chair recognizes Ms. Howard.
I probably would have voted yes, but I just felt like I wanted just to ask a question or two, you know what I mean? I read your resume, it was fabulous, but I just was hoping that we all could just ask some questions, and that was it, just simple, whatever I started with.
You stay behind and answer all the
I like it before, but of course after fun.
Okay. Since this is a special meeting, the only thing on the agenda was the appointment of the county engineer. I asked for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Point of order.
Yes, ma'am.
No.
We got a second, it's on the floor.
Raise your hands.
Yes.
I seconded Gene's motion.
Okay, I got a second. I got a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor of adjourning, signify. Aye. Opposed?
After the shit he's been flinging, I wouldn't talk to him for a